So while I had the oil out, I figured let's try to make a different type of French fry. I bought a bunch of mandolins on Amazon that are designed to cut waffle fries. So I'm going to face off two of them here. They're kind of cost friendly. This one I think was $10. The one after this I think was $15. I'll put links below. But let's see which one makes better fries. So basically this one is as adjustable as it gets, not a lot of options, but to make the waffle shape you cut one direction and then flip it 90 degrees and you cut it again, and that's what makes that nice cross pattern with the nice little gaps in between. The issue with both of these right off the bat is that they can only cut potatoes of a certain width. This is not making the thickest waffle fry, but it is making a very nice shape. But try to make sure you're not getting potatoes that are super thick, otherwise they won't fully cut on the mandolin, which you'll see on the second one. Also, as you get a little bit lower, you should use a guard. It's hard to kind of pass these through. Neither came with a guard, so I would recommend having one from a different mandolin or using anything to protect your fingers. But now I do also understand why there's always those fat pieces at the end of the waffle fries. It's the end of the potato that didn't get the full crosscut. But here is the second one. This one was not adjustable at all, which I did not realize, and it was quite a thin cut. The first few it cut are real nice looking. Like, these were way better looking right off the bat than the first mandolin. They are definitely thinner, which is not my personal preference, but I do start to notice an issue at this point when we get to the fattest width of the potato, and this mandolin just couldn't handle it. It is cutting quite well, but the end pieces are just breaking into little strings there because it doesn't fully cover the width. So most of those were unusable. So if you're finding thin enough potatoes, that one is potentially going to cut them well and very thin, but it can't handle any potato of any significant width. Remember to pat them dry before you fry them, and now we're going to just do a very similar frying to the previous French fry video, so if you want to check that out for full instructions, do that. But we're going to cook them for about 3 or 4 minutes here at 250. I did the regular French fries because they were thicker for about 6 minutes. These did not need that. You could tell right off the bat that they're going to cook much quicker. After that 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to raise this up to about 375. My fryer only got to around 360, but it's totally fine. And now we're going to drop those back in, and we're going to recook them for somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes until they get that golden brown color. There's more surface area on these, so they're going to fry faster. They're thinner, so they're going to fry faster, so just pay attention to them. Also, because of their shape and how they're basically puzzle pieces that fit directly into each other, they're sticking together like crazy. So try your best to separate them. It's not always going to be an option, and whenever you get them in stores or at restaurants, they're always stuck together like this also, so that totally makes sense now. But just try and separate them the best you can. Interestingly, the one on the left are becoming brown quicker, which they're slightly thicker, so I thought it would be the opposite, but I'm cooking them for the same amount of time just to make this completely fair. But the ones on the left, since I did have more fries, they are sticking together a little bit more, but I'm going to pull those out. This is the level of brownness I want them at. We're going to drain them, let them sit for about 30 seconds. Now throw them into a bowl where we're going to salt them, and then see which ones are better. But just hit it with the salt of your choice here and then toss them nicely. That way they're evenly coated. While the oil is still hot and fresh, they'll stick to the fry the best. So do it right away, don't wait. Now just give them a little toss just so they get evenly coated. All these full instructions are in the previous fry video, which I'll link. But now let's just give them a test. I think the ones on the left are going to be more to my personal liking. They're a little thicker, so they're a little more potatoy. The one on the right, if you like crispy fries, they're great. They're very crispy, they're very thin, but the yield wasn't great also. That wasn't as useful of a mandolin because you didn't get as much from the potato. So I think the mandolin on your left, which does have a thinner setting, is your best choice. Definitely check out that one. I'll link it below.